Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. Hope you guys are doing well. Good to see ya. What's going on, guys? Let's see who's in the chat here tonight, guys. We got AW just popping in. Got one like. Hit the like for me, guys, if you don't mind. Appreciate it. Hey, maybe you want to see me this week. I got my video set up and ready to rock. There it is, activated, ready to go. All right, guys, this is gonna be my last Sunday Night Charts with this background, guys. We're moving. We are selling our house and moving. This was always designed to be a temporary location. It is very temporary. So, all right, guys. Well, we're gonna jump into the analysis. Don't forget, I'm not here to give you financial advice. Just gonna show you what's going on in the Bitcoin chart from an Elliott wave perspective. Getting a bit of a dump at the moment. Had kind of a downward move today, and expecting another hit to the low. So we'll see what's happening here. Let's see. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, it's looking decent for a pullback and a continuation. Watch out for a little bit of a fake out, or maybe even a three-wave move. We'll look at the count here in just a moment. But that was this right here was the bull count contingency that we talked about a while back. Now we're looking at this potentiality here. At least this is a possibility, one way to interpret what's happening. But we'll look at that in depth here shortly. All right, guys, that's one of a couple of counts. But we are at a, I would say, Bitcoin is at the crossroads. I didn't take any time to gloat over my win, but I do want to take a moment right now to do the sunglasses meme. There we go. I've been pretty bearish here. I was pretty bearish last week as well. In fact, the title says major Bitcoin bear signals more downside coming. Let me just sit here and do the sunglasses meme. Yes. All right, there it is. I guess I gotta have the cigarette coming out too. Oh man. Yeah, we'll talk about some. What do we say? How do we say it? We'll talk about targets, where we're looking at price to go. But let me remind you of a couple things. Number one, don't worry, price always comes back. So I know a lot of you are looking for this thing to just go straight down and keep on going. But you got to remember, the market always comes back. It always comes back. So that means this dump that we got is going to have a time in which the price is going to come back to where it was. In other words, price is going back to 60K. It will. Price will be back there before we go down to like major lows. More than likely, price is going to go back down. I mean, come back up. But when and how? What's that wave structure going to look like? On the screen is just one idea. It's really not my primary idea. Let me get another chart on here for you. There we go. Let's watch this because this right here is this is very bullish right now. Excuse me, very very bearish right now. But the question of the day is there any chance that this wave structure that we're seeing is bullish? Is there any way that we could go up? Is it possible? And the answer is yeah. There's a possibility. How strong is that possibility? I don't think very strong. So I'm going to say on the outset, I'm still bearish. I expect more downside to come. Is it? Another thing I always say is, while price always comes back, so chill out. I think you also need to realize that price often goes where you expect it to go. In other words, there's always a time when everybody's saying, yes, price is going to go to a certain level. Whether it's to 78, or 80K, 90K, 15K, whatever. There's always a time where people expect price to go somewhere. And everybody at this bullish move here was expecting price to go up to 100K, looking for a pullback and a continuation. And of course, we Elliott waivers know that there are certain signals that the market gives when it's topping out, and we saw some of those signals. And we at least were on guard for this downside move, and we got a pullback that was showing major signals to the downside, and we were ready for that as well. Though we were ready for upside, we were ready to be wrong about that, obviously. We were ready for both, and I hope you appreciate that about the channel. That we try not to stay bearish unless the charts are bearish, and we try not to be bullish unless the charts are bullish. And we're always careful to be even keel. Even when we're bullish, we're not bull boys. And even when we're bearish, we're not bear boys. There are times, though, that Jim gets to be a bull boy or a bear boy. And those are usually good times to counter trade me. Because usually in those times, the waves are looking so good to one particular direction or another. And it gets me, I look at that and I'm like, that looks so good. It looks so right. And it makes me believe that it's going to go a particular direction, and I kind of get overly anxious to one direction or another. And so when I kind of get like that, sometimes you might want to take the counter trade because when it looks too good, it probably is. It probably is. Urban Desi TV. Sunday Night Charts is not about quick chop. It's about sitting and chilling out and enjoying talking about things about the chart. So I'm trying to give a little bit of words of wisdom. So 2 words of wisdom: chill out. The market will be back. So this dump that we've seen, there's going to be a retrace of at some level, at some point. Secondly, the market will go where you expect it to go, but not in the way you expect it. So right now, some of you have turned ultra bear. Right now, you're bearish, and you're looking for lows, and you're saying stuff like Carnivore James, dump this trash. Yeah, let's go down. Let's go down fast. All you have to do is, if the screen is blurry, you need to change the resolution. Go down to your settings wheel and change it to high resolution. Sometimes YouTube will put you at a low resolution at the beginning for some reason. So just go to your settings wheel at the bottom of the video and change it to 1080. You should be good to go. Okay. So is this thing going to go straight down to target? Nah, probably not. Does it have more downside to go? Yeah, probably. How is it going to go down? That's what we're going to look in. We're going to look and see and give you some ideas. Okay. I've got 2 support lines sitting on my chart. Right there, you're going to have to learn, if you want to learn how to draw lines of support, where key levels are, come on into the Discord. I'd be glad to teach you those things. Shoot, you can learn those things for free all over YouTube, but I do it the right way. If price is going up, the real support, generally speaking, the real support is going to be the troughs. So as price is going up, support the troughs. This right here, this right here, this area right here. This is very strong support. This 24 to 30K range, that is a mega strong area of support, because you have this low here. this low here, this low here. You got this little area, and you have all the so I would say the area between 32K and 24K. That's the strongest. That's a very strong area. The strongest area of support on the chart, one of them at least, but the strongest area is going to be down here at $4,000 to $6,000. We've got lots of price area, $4,000 to $11,000. That's an area where Bitcoin is has very strong, powerful support. And if I expand that wider to include the bottom of this, bottom of that, and the top of this, and the bottom of this area, we can say anywhere from 4,000 to 16 or 15, 16 to 20,000. That's an area of strong support. The secondary support that's really strong in the immediate term is going to be 24 to 32,000. Some intermediate support, or let me say immediate support, you're going to have right here in this area right there. I would say 48 to 52 is going to be an area of intermediate support. Okay. So guys, bear market, bull market. How do you define a bear market? How do you define bull market? How do you define a market as bearish or bullish when Bitcoin is known to have dramatic bullish swings and bearish swings? And within those bullish swings, you will have major bearish retracements. And within those bearish moves or bearish swings, you'll have major bullish moves as well. So how do you define or call something a bear market or a bull market, as Arsalan has asked? I don't think you can. I don't think that's the way to characterize the Bitcoin market. That's not the way to characterize it. Right now we're in a bearish wave, and it is a macro wave. It is a large macro wave that this is bearish. The question is what is this current wave doing? The question you should be asking is, what is that wave doing? Okay. And, how does it fit within the grand scheme of Bitcoin's price movement? In other words, how is this wave functioning as part of Bitcoin's price movement? Okay. So that's really what we need to think about. Okay. What is the purpose of this pullback? What's causing it? What's the purpose of it? And how is it functioning as part of liquidity for the major macro bullish market? Where is price ultimately going in Bitcoin? And how might it get there? In other words, if price is going to 100K, that's very likely. Price of Bitcoin is going to go to 100K. I am a believer that the price of a Bitcoin will reach $100,000. The question is, how will price get to 100K? Why did price pump up to 72K here recently? Take out the 69K top, and then find major resistance, and now price is dumping. Why is price dumping right now? Okay, and is there more dumping to come? All right, those are the questions we should be asking. So let's dive in. So I've given you some key areas here to watch. Right now, here's what you need to know. Bitcoin ain't going down forever. And it's not going to necessarily go down and stay down in the next week, more with all likelihood. You guys are in such a hurry tonight, I'll tell you. Lots of you just kind of pushing. We're gonna move slowly and carefully through. But let me just say, you need to relax. Price doesn't move as fast as you want it to move. Okay? You want it to go down, and you want it to go down fast and straight. But when it goes down fast and straight, okay, when you get big straight down moves, you're gonna get big straight up moves that continue, that retrace quickly. It came down here, boom. More than likely, you're going to get a wick of that candle, and it's going to pump back. Okay, and then price will then consolidate in some kind of a corrective form. Maybe come back up and retest the top. Something like that. All right? So, in other words, price takes a long time. Why does price take a long time to go one way or another? Primarily because the big banks, in order to do the amount of business that they have to do, in order to transact the billions and billions of dollars that have to be transacted at particular price levels, it takes a long time to make that happen. There's so much money that has to be transacted. It takes a long time to do it. It takes multiple hits, price movements to particular levels in order for price in order for banks to transact what they need to transact, to grab the liquidity that they need from traders. See, if the banks are buying, they need retail traders and the retail market to be selling. So if the banks want to buy Bitcoin and hold it, they have got to create an environment in which the retail people they are buying from are willing to sell. And vice versa. If the banks are going to sell their Bitcoin and take profit, they've got to create an environment on the chart, particularly a look on the chart in such a way that they convince the retail trader to whom they are going to sell to that the retail trader needs to be buying Bitcoin. In other words, we retail traders are trading against the big boys with the banks. And you need to understand that, because they are out to take your money. They're out to take it. They want to take it all. Yours and every other retail trader out there. And they do some nasty stuff, guys. They do some nasty stuff. So this is why when I see a pump like this heading to a high and I see wave structure and everybody gets bullish, that's when I start getting real bearish. I start getting real bearish. Now, are we ready? We got a big dump now. Are you saying, Jim, that we're ready to be bullish again? Maybe, but maybe not. Bitcoin is on the precipice, is on the verge of a major downward move or a major reversal back to the upside, back up to 95 or 100K or higher. So let me just warn you guys to chill out, relax. If you're overly excited and excitable, you're not in a good state of mind. Any feedback? And I'm talking kind of loud, so sorry about that. I can turn the gain down a little bit, but I don't know if that's going to do the job for everybody. Does anybody else think my mic's too loud? My son dropped my mic. It may be a problem with the mic itself. Just let me know if anybody else is having trouble with the mic, or did you just turn me down on your volume? Anyone? Bueller? Anyone? Okay. Yeah, MT5 guy, I would just encourage you to on the bottom right hand corner of your screen, there's this little thing. It looks like a speaker. If you click on it, it'll bring up this bar that you can slide down or up. And what it does is it either amplifies the volume or it decreases the volume so that it comes to a comfortable level as you hear it in your own ears. And so if you just want to slide that bar to the downside just a little bit, what it'll do, it'll act without affecting anybody else's volume out there in the internet space. It'll turn it down for you. I wasn't shouting. I was just talking loud. But maybe if I just talk at this voice. I was just playing around, by the way, MT5 guy. I was just having some fun. Just sarcasm is my spiritual gift. And the Bible says Paul encouraged Timothy to not neglect the gift that was in him. To be honest with you, I'm not super excited about price action. I'm more excited about encouraging you guys to stay even keel when you get movements like this in the market. Okay, all right. So everybody's here. You guys don't want trading wisdom. You guys want analysis. So I'm going to give you the analysis, and I'm just gonna dole it out quickly, and you guys can be on your way. All right. I have preached a little sermon here on the market maker and the big banks, and I have given proper warning that the wise will hear and heed to, and understand that when the market is when the big boys want to do a certain thing, whether buying or selling, they have got to work hard to create an environment in which retail traders do the opposite of what they need to do. So if they need to sell, they're going to pump the price to a particular level, and they're willing to do that so they can sell into the buying retail market. And if they want to buy, they're gonna pump the price down by selling, creating an environment of selling so that they can then buy at cheaper prices. Okay. Chemo, I did not get a chance. I saw that you posted it, and I loved it that you posted it. I just have not had a chance. Guys, I'm in the middle of packing. I'm also in the middle of a major renovation that I am doing for a customer. and my life is crazy hectic. Also, for what it's worth, anybody out there play disc golf? If you do, I did a thing this weekend. Let's see if I can get this in the camera here. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. I did a thing, and it says there on the screen. I don't know if it's back. Is it backwards for you guys? It might be backwards for y'all. Looks backwards on my screen, so you're seeing my mirror image. Anyway, it says, the 2024 State Amateur Championship qualified. That means I get to go to the Michigan State Amateur qualifications. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm qualified to go to the State Amateur Championship in Michigan. So, by winning the tournament that I won this weekend, I won my division. So, yeah, I'm having a blast. Oh yeah, dude. I just started playing disc golf about. I threw my first disc in 2022, July of 2022. I didn't really start playing seriously, or you're playing and actually trying to get better or anything like, or trying to learn how to do it until March of last year, probably. So I've been playing about a year and a couple of months, year and 3 or 4 months, something like that. So yeah, had some fun, had a lot of fun. So. All right. Anyway, with that said, let's look at the chart and say, okay, what could this be? What I believe is happening, and this could very well come down very quickly. Let me start with the bearish count. Okay. Thanks, JC Culver and King Andrew. Appreciate it. What I think is going on with Bitcoin is you got 3 waves here. Okay. And I'm going to call that 3 waves there, A, B, C, right there. Okay. And now what you would expect is 5 waves to the downside. And this could be a flat. Okay. This could be part of a 3-wave correction that is correcting. This is part of a multi-year bear market. Okay. With a bullish time up there. Correcting an initial Bitcoin move. MT5 guy, you were saying there was no chance it could be going down from up here where we were. So I mean, come on, man, come on, brother. You're still too bullish. You need to stay. I'm just simply showing an idea. So you're gonna at least have to embrace the possibility that price. Yeah, you're right, Salvador. I'm not gonna have this no way conversation. Sorry, I'm not gonna do it. I won't do it every week, but I just wish people would stop it. And some people just are diehard bulls, and they have no sense about them. Okay, so understand that's a possibility. Now, that's a bearish count, potentially. All right. Another thing that could be happening is that we could be getting a 5th wave of some kind of a leading diagonal. There's your bullish count. Okay. Now, your bullish count says, hey, we need 5 waves going up, and this right here is simply a wave 4. Now, there's a lot of argument that says this right here is super possible. Okay, and I'm okay with it. We may have to come down deeper We probably will come down deeper. But there's an argument that says, hey, we've got a 5-wave shape here, but I think we're gonna flag out here and come down deeper. Okay. You have a, how do I say it, a sideways wave 2 here, and you have a simple, kind of a simple wave 4 there. Okay. Well, we're not done. I'm not done with the bearish idea, urban Desi. So, I'll be back to it in a minute. But I just for you bull boys. There's an argument here that says, yeah, we need a 5th wave to the upside, and I can see 95,000 being a top. It could go to 125. All right. This is just wave theory. We're talking about how do we interpret these waves. Okay. So we're making the argument here that this is one way to interpret the waves. I'm not a big fan of that count. In fact, I'm not a fan of this count either. Even though I've purported it out there. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't like wave 3 here. I don't like it. I kind of like this. What if this is an A and this is B and that's a C wave? Then you got 5 waves in C. You see, one of the things that you need to understand, and here's something I argue that a lot of people don't argue, is that you don't need to have, there doesn't need to be a macro count. Okay? In other words, there doesn't need to be 5 waves to start everything. And I would point you to the Forex. Okay? I'd point you to the Forex market. If you look at every one of those charts on the monthly chart, you will not see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 followed by a 3-wave move. What you're going to see are 5s and 3s represented on your screen in much more of a random way. In other words, it is my hypothesis that macro wave counts are probably not the wisest way to interpret the market. Probably not. Now, I don't know that I can apply that to every market, but the Bitcoin market, the Forex market, I would say, let's say it this way, leveraged markets that are leveraged, I would say probably not. You shouldn't be looking at the big picture from all of time from an Elliott wave perspective. Okay. You can apply Elliott wave to that market looking at 5s and 3s. Okay. And so as we look at what we see on the screen, that's what I'm going to help you do, is see the 5s and the 3s. Because there's no denying that this market moves in 5s and 3s. There's no denying it. You get 5s, you'll get 3s. You get 5s, you get 3s. Those 5s have certain characteristics. Those 3s have certain characteristics. And when we see 5s and 3s finishing, those finishing 5s and 3s have a certain look to it. And it's at those times I begin to say, hey, watch out. We're looking for a change in direction here because I see those signs. That is the proper way to apply Elliott wave theory, in my opinion. I do not think it's wise or right. Now, I can't, this is my opinion, and it's based upon my experience looking at macro charts. I just don't think it's wise to try to come up with a big major count like this on the screen. It's probably more wise to look at it from a perspective of threes. And within those threes, you're going to get fives and threes making up, and a mixture of those fives and threes, impulses and corrections, making up the larger three-wave shape. And so with that argument here, hey, MT5 guy, slow down on the comments. Don't overtake the comments. It's also distracting as well. I don't have time to argue with you or to read your point. I'm trying to deliver some information. I'm glad you're here, and I'm not trying to shut you up. Just don't take over the chat, please. And it's slightly distracting only because I'm trying to share information, but I keep seeing information coming at me, trying to argue against something that I'm saying, and I don't have time to get a complete thought out. So I mean, say what you want. I'm just saying I'm not gonna be able to respond to everything you're saying. I'll do my best later. So anyway, I think this is probably a way to look at it. A, B, and C. I like that better. And if that's the case, that's a three-way move. That finished something. And now we're looking at A, B, and we could be getting another three down. Now that three waves could be what we call a running flat, in which case the C wave does not overtake the origin of A or the end of A. One, two, three, four, five. A, B, C. Three waves. 3, 3, 5. That's a common pattern we see in the market. It's called a flat. What a flat does is you had this big three-wave move down. Everybody got, you got bearish here. Then when we got the three-wave correction, some people getting bullish here. They get taken out. A lower low is made. A lower low is made. Okay. I mean, MT5 guy, I saw your comment. No TA is 100%. When do I ever purport to say TA is 100%? In fact, I try to give you a balanced view every week, right? I give you the bull scenario and the bear scenario. And then you get a comment. You made a comment. You said your words. No way. There's no way. Prices go when I drew a bearish. When I drew that bearish, and then you said no TA is 100%. So your TA that says there's no way this is coming down is not 100% by your argument. So I'm trying to understand, and there's no tone in your comment, so I don't know how to read it, and I don't know your personality, and all I have is text and short comments, and me only quickly reading it very fast. So forgive me. I don't know whether you're arguing or making my point or whatever. I don't know. But week after week, I say I don't know where it's going, but I've got these signs and these signals, and this is what I think. This is where I lean, bearish or bullish, week after week. Okay. So anyway, yeah. All right. So anyway, so I think the bearish look is we're gonna get a flat. Okay. So three waves, boom, and then we got this three waves back up. Okay. So we got a three-wave move down. It's a corrective wave. It's three waves, and now we're bullish. We've got this pullback. Are we going to go up, or are we going to go down some more? Boom, we went up, and we went up fast. And we took that high out. Boom, right there. So people look at, the retail trader looks at that market and says, hey, look, we're going up now. We took the high out. We have a new high. And so they get real bullish when they take this level out. Market makers know this, guys. You got to know this too. That the market makers know that you guys get excited when levels get taken out. Y'all get really excited. Me, I look for reversals around levels that get taken out. Personally, that's the thing I'm watching for. I'm looking for a hit of that level and then a rejection, like boom, first. And then I want to see how it rejects. What wave shape does it create as it's rejecting? Because as it's rejecting, that wave shape will kind of let me know or give me some clues as to whether it's just a pullback and then we're going to go take that level out again, or this is a wave that's now coming down, right? So have we taken this level out, gotten everybody bullish, and then kept everybody in the dark? The market makers keep everybody in the dark, right up with price action over the last March, April, May, June, 4 months. 4 months of price action, staying in this range right here, keeping everybody debating whether price is going up or price is going down. And there's a whole group of people that say, well, we hit this level, we got a little pullback, now we're going up fast, here we go, we're going to the moon. There's a whole bunch of people thinking like that. And there's people like me that says, hey, I need a third wave. Boom. Well, now we're getting that third wave. So the question now becomes, and this is where Bitcoin is at its point here, is this just a three-wave pullback of a larger system? Okay? And are we going to get another wave to the upside that goes up more parabolically, maybe, for a fifth wave, which is the character of a fifth wave? It generally goes up very fast. See, we're getting everybody bullish here. Bearish, on this pullback. It's coming down fast and furious. It's took out this low. It's broken this trend line. Everything's looking bearish now. Bearish. It's confirmed. We broke the trend line. We made a lower low. And so now there's a whole group of people that have jumped on the bear bandwagon now. And the question of the day is this really bearish? Or is this a three-wave pullback that we would expect to see in a five-wave move? And now we're looking for a fifth wave to the upside, potentially. So what's the argument for this fifth wave to the upside? And what's the argument for this move to the downside? In other words, what sort of things on the chart? Because I've given you two counts now. This is the tale of two counts. The tale of the bulls and the tale of the bear. Okay? So what's the argument here that says, hey, this is a three-wave move that's finished. Now we expect more highs. Is that a valid argument? And when will that argument get debunked in such a way that I am convinced we have more down to go? Okay? Secondly, if I've offered this count, this is potentially just the beginning of a much larger move. Okay. This looks very three-wave-ish, but if they give you a pullback and then another wave down, pullback and another wave down, bigger pullback, boom, and another wave down, all of a sudden you've got a five-wave shape here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's part of a larger three-wave correction. Now, I just drew it very quickly, so don't look at the fact that I drew it down to negative numbers. But you get the idea. Crypto Brandon, be very careful looking at weekly divergences. In fact, guys, I would strongly argue to you that you should not pay attention to any divergence that you see on a weekly chart or even a daily chart until the macro momentum has broken its trend in the RSI. In other words, you don't really get to be super bullish. Even though you see the divergence here, you don't get to be super bullish until you get a break of this macro trend to the downside. So be super careful, because when you see the weekly RSI where it is, guys, all that has to happen is you need a couple of bullish green weeks that let the RSI reset back to the upside, and then bearish weeks again, and all that's going to look like on the chart. The way that's going to look like on the chart is a little correction right here, and then a big move down. And all of a sudden, the RSI looks like this. Okay? Okay. So, any kind of divergence you see on the major time frames could take months to play out. Months. And we could have months of bearish price action. And all of a sudden, you're going to see this RSI coming way down here to an oversold condition that's very deep. And you're going to see price way down here. And you're going to see a pullback and another hit to the low, and you'll get divergence here. That's when you get excited. When you see this, that's when you get excited about a move to the upside. All right. So I've offered two counts here. I've offered a count that says, hey, this is part of a 5-wave move to the downside. This is a very bearish count. Okay. We're looking for 5 waves. We're looking for little pullbacks, continuations. Little pullbacks, continuations. Look at the character of that wave right there, and that's what you're looking for here. So why is Bitcoin going down? Why is Bitcoin going down? Okay. Number one, it's all about what you guys need to realize is that Bitcoin is part of a financial system that is rigged, and it's rigged to line pockets of big banks and the big boys out there that run the world with their money. These markets are designed to pump and dump, taking the average retail trader's money from them. This financial system eventually will be the foundation of whatever the fourth industrial revolution is going to be. The crypto world, the AI world, the digital age that we're coming into. You and I have lived through the birth phase of the digital age with the onset of the World Wide Web. You have seen the connection of the world and a multiplication of evil, as well as a doubling down of on a system of control, of stealing from the poor and giving to the rich. And modern markets that are leveraged markets are a casino for people wanting to make a bunch of money and have a dream of Lambos and whatnot. So that's a premise that I interpret the world through. That's my foundational premise, that there are evil men with money who run the world, And this is part of a system. This market that we're in is part of a system that they run in order to liquidate money from you and put it in their own pockets. And they do it to the scale of billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. Billions. Trillions. Okay? And they can't transact all that they need to transact. They can't do it in a day or a week or even a month. They have to do it in stages. They have to do these transactions in stages. They make money while price is pumping, and they make money while price is dumping. So the question of the day, and it always leaves us guessing, is price going to go up or is price going to go down? And for a guy like me, I don't care whether price goes up or price goes down. I just trade with the wave that I see. I just trade with the wave. And I have certain things that I look for. And as one of my tools, I use Elliott wave theory to identify the wave structures that we see so that we can know where price is going. All right. Let me quickly give you the bullish and the bearish argument here. Okay. I've given you two counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up. Or this is 3 waves and it's done. And we're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down. Now there's some other counts out there. But for now, let's just consider this. What's the argument for up? Let's go to the daily chart. We have lost the divergence that we had. Right now we don't have divergence really. The comparison between the previous peaks on the daily is gone. So bullish divergence on the daily, not there so much. On the 3-day chart, however, you could argue on the 2-day that divergence is almost there. We need some more downside to finish. There could be a pullback here and then more downside to finish. Pullback, downside. All right. So divergences are telling me more down right now. The hidden bullishness here on the chart is not fully developed. It's not fully developed. I would like to see the RSI take out this peak right here. I want to see it take it out. Or at least come down equal to it. I'd like to see it take it out. All right. Now that's one line of volume, something that we can look at. Secondly, we have not had on this move to the downside a volume spike on the daily. See that volume spike right there? That volume spike let you know that this move was about finished. Or finished. See this volume spike here? it lets you know this move was done. This volume spike, this move done. Okay? We haven't gotten a volume spike on this wave yet. In other words, there's coming a day in the future that we're going to get a big volume spike. Okay? It's coming soon. It's going to stand out. It's going to be the type of spike that's going to stand out above the crowd. When you see that volume spike and you see the divergence finished, fully developed, then and only then will we look for a real bounce to the upside. But until then, we are not ready. This chart is not ready. There's more downside coming. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be down forever. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be down, it simply means that we haven't had a volume spike. So that's a bearish signal. So I've got two signals now just telling me there's more down. The RSI is not complete, number one. We're still in a bearish cycle. If you look at the 2-day chart, 3-day chart, we're still on a bearish trend to the downside. There's more downside coming. Secondly, we haven't seen a volume spike that gives the exhaustion associated with the exhaustion candle we expect to see on a finished move. We haven't seen that yet. It'll come, but it's not there yet. So those two things are telling me most likely there's more down coming. Argument number 3, trying to figure out bearish or bullish. Looking at wave structure now. There's a couple of ways to look at this wave from a wave structure standpoint. Right here. And depending on how you look at that wave will change the way you interpret this wave right here. Because if you interpret this wave as a 3-wave move, which you can, that's a valid interpretation. You would have to basically call this an A, B, and a C, in which case the C wave has 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. The A wave has 5 waves there. I can count that something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me count that a little better here. 3, 4, and then 5. 3-way pullback. So ABC. If that's right, then we got ABC. So that would be W. This would be X. We're looking for a Y. We're looking for a Y wave. That means we're looking for 3 waves. Well, there's an argument right there that says there's an argument right there that says, hey, we're done. It's finished. You got a finished count. A, B, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We finished. We're reversing. We got a 1, 2 to the upside now. Getting ready to come up here. 1, 2, and here we go. We're going. I don't like that argument. I'm not a big fan of this. The reason I'm not a fan of that count is because this wave just doesn't give me the 3-wave feelies. I don't have the 3-wave feelies to that one. I don't. This one looks more like 5 waves to me. So I would rather, but it's not finished. It's not a finished 5 waves. So I would rather interpret this as a diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That makes more sense to me. It may not be right, but it makes it. I like it better. I gravitate to that count more. because the structure of this looks more 5-wave-ish. In which case, I'm expecting to see 5 waves. 1, 2. This is wave 3. I'm expecting this to flag out in a wave 4. This is probably going to take some time over the next several weeks to flag out for a wave 4. Then I expect to see a wave 5. So my personal guess is that price is going to be in this range for the next 3 weeks or more. More than likely. We're going to be playing around here. Like that. I don't wear a toupee. I've never been asked that question. Does my hair look like I wear a toupee? It's my hair. So there's a 3-wave finish. That's a finished 3-wave that I could say yes. There's 3 waves. And this is what I'm looking for over the next 3 weeks of price action. I think that's very plausible. It's very possible. That would be a nice finished wave. Am I going to be right? It looks like I wear too bad. You got to be kidding me. Are y'all serious? Man, you know how to make a guy feel good. No, this is some real hair, man. All right. So when I look at the chart, I'm bearish for a couple more weeks. I don't see us going up straight right now. When do I change my tune? When am I no longer? It is a tough crowd, James. When do I no longer feel like, you know, we're going down? I need to see a break of that trend line right there. That's one thing I need to see right there. I need to see a break of that. If price breaks out of this range here and closes and just remains outside of that trend and respects that line, I'm going to get a little bit more bullish. Okay? I'm going to get a little bit more bullish. So that's what you need to draw on your chart. I think you can stay bearish as long as price doesn't break up and out of here and hold. If price breaks up and then comes back in and doesn't hold, you can remain bearish. For instance, right here. See this trend? See this original trend line right here? Right there. It broke up. Okay? And it looked like it was about to hold, but it came back in. And once it broke back in, it became clear it was a fake out. Okay? But the problem is, this looks like 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You might also argue that this is 3 down to here. And we're in a 4 right now, which this is my argument. And we got to come down for a 5. And we're going to draw that trend line like so. And we're going to watch price play around in here for the next 2-3 weeks. Then eventually it's going to come up, retest that trend line, even break through it, and then pop down. Maybe. If it does something like that, and then comes down to fairly strong support levels, right here, 48K, a wick down to 40K. That would be well, Salvador, that's at least an idea. But I'm not while I see strong evidence for more downside, that's one wave structure we could see. But it's not a guarantee. It's just a possibility of a wave structure that we could see created on the chart that would bring us down more, but still be bullish overall, more than likely. And it would be bullish as an A, B, C, and we'd be looking for a V-shaped recovery, in which we go up pretty fast, pretty quick. Okay, maybe go up to 85, 90, 90K, 95K. Finish the 5th wave. That's the bullish look. That's what the bulls are looking for. Now, if we don't get a break of that trend, and pullbacks remain small, and then lower lows are made, then we're going to stay bearish. We have to. Then we're going to look for small bounces or bounces along the way. And we're going to pay attention to key areas. To me, this area right here is huge right there. I'm going to expand it to there. This area right here, this price zone from 30,000 to 40,000. That's a zone that is extremely important. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so you get a break to the upside of that trend. That's your first signal. Hey, we're going to be more bullish for a while. A break and a hold of that trend line. So let's watch it. I would say on the 2-day or 3-day chart, a break of the RSI trend may give you an advanced signal. If you get a break in the RSI up here, it may give you an advanced signal that we're more bullish. But that's only when you're going to get bullish. Right now, we are in middle of no man's land. Price is floating in the air. There's more downside coming. Could there be a pullback on the intermediate level? Absolutely. But not much of one. It probably won't break that green trend line I have, and it will continue down. The first inkling of support is going to be in this range right here. This is your first inkling of very weak support. It's weak. It's just weak. But it's support nonetheless. I think there's a good chance we get a significant bounce at that level. That's probably where you're going to see the bounce. That's probably where you're going to see the volume spike when the price reaches this level. 44 to 48K. All right, guys. I'm going to leave it there tonight. I'm pretty, guys. I've been burning the candle at both ends with work, and I'm pretty exhausted. What I'd like to maybe do is do another live stream midweek, and just one evening, let's just check in on the chart, and then we'll look at some other charts. I'll take requests, but guys, the BTC chart is saying, hey, probably for the next couple of weeks we're going to remain in a range, probably. Maybe that's what the wave structure's saying. The next week or two, we could stay right in here. Okay? Then I'm looking for more down. At the end of the day, we may not get this here in that range. We may get more down now. It doesn't have to come as I've purported. It could come down now. But I'm guessing that we're going to get a couple of weeks sideways after this bearish move that we just had. We need time for the market makers to keep everybody guessing whether we're going up or down. It needs to consolidate. Price needs to consolidate and then continue to real support. We have not hit real support yet. Okay? So with that said, let's plan on maybe Wednesday coming back. And let's meet again live Wednesday night. I'll do it again at 9 o'clock. Wednesday night live. And we'll just check in, and I'll take some requests. But right now, I gotta go. I'm so tired right now, and I've really given it my all here. Is just helping you guys stay even keel. I hope you guys appreciate that. We stay even keel, up and down as price moves. But don't forget, though, guys, I did call this bearish move last week. I said the signals were strong to the downside. So thanks, Andrew Vegas. Appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate that. Anyway, you guys check out Kemosabi's channel and put some content out there. Chemo, I don't know if I'd go into the world of YouTube. It's a dangerous world, but enjoy it if you want to. You guys have a great night. I'll see you guys on Wednesday night again. We'll try to get back live with you. Talk to you later.